Tuelekee katika masuala mengine ambapo muhula wa kuhudumu wa makamishna wa Tume ya Kitaifa kuhusu ardhi ukikamilika hii leo. Makamishna hao wanahojiwa na kamati ya bunge ambapo watatoa mapendekezo yao kuhusu bajeti ya tume hiyo na ripoti walioandika kuhusu utendakazi wao wakati itakapojadiliwa. Makamishna hao wanasema kuwa kizuizi kikubwa kwa kazi yao kilikuwa uhusiano kati yao na Wizara ya Ardhi. Kama unavyoona basi pembezoni mwa runinga yako moja kwa moja Bi Abigail Mbagaya akiweza kuzungumza hapo, tumsikize moja kwa moja.
Committee on the 2nd of July 2018 and it had status of redress of historical land injustices, and that is where you said that you had not been able to. It's your document. Yeah. So from July to February, you've been able to handle 110. Concluded.
Yes, we'll give you that. Because in
Kindly
some cases,
provide us
we'll give
list,
you, he'll give up
to the committee.
Yeah, by close of business today?
Yes.
Yes, we can give it by close of business today. We can give you the list. Because you see, madam, what happens in that case, you can go to a place and it's a scheme and you deal with a volume, many parcels at one go with the same problem. So we'll be able to share our list.
While there, Vipingo Lands Community, Meru, Mata, will you conclude it for us? I mean, not really for us, but for the people before you go. Is it something, is there anything that you're going to do? Or is it part of what has been concluded? The Vipingo community and the Mount Kenya forests matter, which were brought to the committee. We passed to you. At least those two should be part of the 110.
So, we can't hear you. You have the mic a bit closer.
The Mount Kenya one, we have a recommendation that's going to be gazetted. Even the Meru case that it touches on the Angani land, a recommendation will be out today. Yeah. And we also have some recommendations on claims that were made by various clans in Nairobi and Kiambu. The Mbaris, several Mbaris. We are going to make recommendations on those ones. There are several cases in Coast, North Coast and South. All of them will be in the Gazette notice, all of them, the 110. We can confirm that. Yeah.
You never mentioned, sorry, you never mentioned anything on Vipingo.
Our response will be in the Gazette notice. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to, you want us to make reference to the Gazette notice?
We don't want to divulge the information now, but it will be public information after they are gazetted.
Running against time, and we are adopting the report this afternoon and then getting out to the Gazette notice. But I also know that the Vipingo matter was very complex because of a lot of fraud and multiplication and duplication of maps in the matter. It's a little bit complex, people having sale agreements, purporting to have bought. Very interesting in that particular area. Those are the issues that we had to encounter and deal with. But we'll have a recommendation because some we had also to dismiss because they did not meet the criteria. So we'll share our report by close of business today.
Honorable members, let's proceed on other clarifications. Honorable Mbaya.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm looking at Chapter 5 on the land and environment on the Constitution. And one of the key, or the fundamental, the pillars of land use policy, principle of land policy in this country, is access, equitable access to land, which I think should form the basis of your programs. And one of the key principles of equitable access to land is ensuring that titling and access to land as it is given. This country still suffers from heavy loads of squatters, people called squatters, and especially at the coast region, meaning therefore they have a problem to access to land, and what follows there is security of land rights. Now this budget policy statement, looking at it, does not lie heavy on the key pillar. I see a lot of programs that actually do not address the main reason why the National Lands Commission was set. I've not gone into why the National Lands Commission, but I'm looking at the key policy. Equitable access to land. But if you look at it, I think, I do not know whether, I think probably 30% of your budget will go to this, like titling programs and settling squatters and, you know, ensuring that people have equitable access to land. Looking at the whole BPS, I've gone through it, I've read the budget statement from the Treasury, but I see a disconnect, that it does not address the key principles. So I do not know what, as a National Lands Commission, really, why it should exist if it does not really address the issues that it was set out to do. Because if you want to know Aban's vision and where he's going, look at his budget. And looking at it, I do not think you're going the direction of the Constitution. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chair. Thank you, Honorable Baya. But I would like to tell you that the Commission, first of all, is in the right direction. We are implementing our mandate in accordance to the Constitution and the current laws. And as you're aware, the land laws have been changing every time, and some of the mandates have been removed from us progressively. Squatter settlement programs are no longer a mandate of the Commission. They are now in the ministries. The ministry that is responsible for squatter settlement and settlement programs. They are the ones who are in charge of the settlement fund, which was initially the Commission, but the laws changed. It's now with the Commission. Issues of titling, the Commission does not produce any title at all right now. All titles are produced by the Ministry of Lands. So I think that those are questions that maybe may have to direct to the Ministry of Lands. But for us as a Commission, I think our budget is very clear, and it's addressing our mandate under the Constitution. And also what we'd like to point out is that as a Commission, we borrowed heavily from the sector plan for land reforms that was done by the ministry. So we looked at everybody's mandate and we fitted in there. So we are supporting vision, the Big Four. We are supporting Big Four as an enabler. We are supporting that. Then we are also supporting Vision 2030 in the whole mix of things. So we are very clear on our mandate. But squatter settlement, titling, Ministry of Lands mandate.
Chair, should I be worried that in the next 5 years there will not be National Lands Commission? Now that all programs seem to be being removed, and yet the Constitution gives them the power to do all those things. I think the Constitution gives you power to do all those, but, well, probably when you have the ministry, we will need to talk about that. Thank you.
Chair, can I? Me too.
Kara?
Maybe mine is also general.
Well, Honorable Jane says that hers is general towards the end. But I would like to ask, are you going to achieve your policy objectives with this ceiling that has been provided of 1.2?
I wish we could get a little bit more, particularly, Madam Chair, particularly on the issues that we've requested on our programs. If we could get a little bit more funding, we'd be able to do much more. Because if you look at the 1.234 we've gotten is very close to what we got in the last financial year. And you can see also we did not achieve everything because some of our programs were cut back. For example, the school titling and titling of public land. And you remember we are the managers of public land. Titling of public land and school titling are going to suffer heavily. Right now, we have a task force in the Ministry of Education. We can't even fund anything. We can't do anything in the skill titling. So if we could have a bit of an enhancement, particularly to support the safeguarding of public land, that would be very good. And even as we have our system that is complete, Madam Chair, remember I explained that NLC has collected all the data on public land. If we can be funded to do the conversion of this raw data into a digital format that can be uploaded into the system, that would be very good. That is for the Public Land Information Management System. That would be really, really good if we could get that. And then, of course, somebody talked about land use planning. Our disorganized current state of the nation, land use in the country, we have got a role of oversight. People want to see good planned neighborhoods. People want to go to Europe, don't go to cities looking like Europe, but you don't want to plan. But NLC has a role of oversight to ensure that counties plan and implement their plans. If we don't get money to plan, how are we going to get our cities to be more progressive or our land space to be more or better organized?